Coronavirus disease COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new type of virus. The disease causes respiratory illness like the flu, with symptoms such as coughing, fever, and in some severe cases, difficulty breathing and possibly stroke in young adults. At the time of filming, there was over 2.9 million confirmed cases around the world, with over 200,000 deaths since the first confirmed case in the Hubei province of eastern China on November 17th of 2019. There is still skepticism on the true origin of this disease, but what is not uncertain are the effects that it has had, not only on the world economy, but now on all of us implementing new measures to keep each other safe. What follows is a look into the lives of those affected by coronavirus, business owners who have shut down for the foreseeable future, employees who have lost their jobs, ministry workers who can no longer come into contact with those who they are trying to reach, and some whose livelihood, maybe their very lives, are at stake.
Prior to the COVID-19 outbreak and all that's going on, we were busy nonstop. We were booked at least 3 months in advance, basically working 7 days a week, um, anywhere from 10 to 16 hours a day, depending on the project. And that was shooting, editing, doing live stuff. So it was pretty nonstop. It was actually kind of exhausting. And I had gotten to the point where I realized I was going to need to hire people to help get all of the work done, and had sort of started that process, and then the bottom fell out. What I was looking to do was to be able to have teams sent out to actually do the shooting, because I still do all the shooting myself. It's difficult for the stuff that I do to find shooters that are intuitive at finding shots when they're out on location. A lot of times I'm shooting at businesses or I'm shooting at colleges, and things are happening right then, and you've got to find the shot and see shots and get the shots when it happens right then, because after the whatever it is that you're shooting is done, it's done, and you're not recreating it. It's not like you're shooting a script where you can do take after take after take after take. You have to get it while you're there, and that's a tough thing to find somebody who can think like an editor while they're shooting. Most of what I do is corporate video or nonprofit, and clients like to change things. And if you don't have an option to change a shot, you're sunk. So editors like options. I think it was in January, toward the end of January, hearing stuff coming out of China. Um, my wife has a business, an Amazon business, and we do manufacturing of different products. So that was the first. She was getting notifications. Hey, our production may shut down for a few weeks on these products. Well, what is that? Why is that? It was very close to the Chinese New Year, so we knew that there was going to be some throttling back on production anyway, but we were hearing this before the Chinese New Year started. We deal with manufacturing in China, but fortunately we had already gotten several large shipments of stuff. So we figured we could weather it. But we did look months down the line. It's like, okay, when are things going to come back, and are we going to be okay? Now, as it is, we do have shipments coming. So I think we're just, in terms of our supply online, we're just going to hit it just about right for the shipment coming in, get it to Amazon, and get it back out there so that stuff can still be sold. Having said that, Amazon is not shipping things to customers as fast as they had been. Right. We have a ton of orders that are sitting there, they've been paid for, and Amazon hasn't shipped them. And it may be a couple of months before the stuff goes out, which is a little frustrating. But, that is, in terms of problems during this time period, that's about that big. We're very, very, very fortunate. I'm very, very fortunate. I can still be editing. It sucks that we're not out in production and not shooting, because I had a ton of things on the books to be shot, contracts that still need to be fulfilled. So I can't do that, but I've been doing, a lot of editing and other stuff. So Several of the people that I use on productions have a chief employer that they do the bulk of their work with, and that one has shut down until June at least. So they're doing other things. Now, having said that, these are all immensely talented people, and they're finding other things to do, and they all had side businesses anyway. So
Mhm.
they're concentrating more, on the side businesses. I don't know if it's making as much money, as what they were doing before, but that they're all constant. I mean, we're all learning new stuff. I'm taking a 14-day script challenge put out by the Harmon Brothers. It's a production company in Utah that's done a lot of successful social media videos. So I'm forcing myself to do that. I had signed up for that thing 3, 4 months ago. Now I have the time to actually do it. We have to be prepared for once this is done, how do you get back into business? And so the 3D animation stuff, and especially the script challenge, is how can I service my clients effectively, not just so that I'm getting work, but actually make a difference for them to get their businesses back on track. I think a couple of things are going to be happening. We've all been cooped up for so long. We want to get back out there, have fun, and enjoy things. And people have to know if you're open. People have to know that you're still in business, kind of thing. So it's important, even during this time, to stay connected with your clients and your customers. And you can do that by having your name sort of constantly out there on a regular basis. So I'm doing my best to try to figure out how I can help my clients and customers achieve that. Uh, in 2 months, I see us getting back into production, all the productions that we put on hold. Because, like I said, I'm in the middle of several contracts, getting videos done. And actually, before this started, clients from the past started calling back to update all their videos, reshooting entire campaigns of material. So I see us hopefully starting that again. Within 6 months, I think we'll be back up to a regular busy schedule. Hopefully within a year, I'll be where I was trying to get to. I just hired a marketing company to handle social media and marketing to bump my Turtle Media up to its next level,
Right.
where I could have larger clients and hire people to do more of the stuff that I'm doing,
Right.
sort of by myself or with just one person, type of stuff. So all that marketing and social media plans immediately got put on hold because it didn't make any sense to create a plan for our current time period and then have to redo it and essentially pay for a whole new campaign once this current crisis is over with. So that'll get started, and that was going to take probably a year to build up anyway. Hopefully within a year we'll be at the level that I had imagined that we would have been about halfway through this year. It's a very large speed bump. Hopefully that bump won't become a wall, and I'll have to go back to working at Taco Bell like I did when I was in college. I love Taco Bell. I eat Taco Bell on a regular basis. I remember how to make a burrito in 13 seconds. So if I have to, I will.
Yeah.
But I'd prefer not to. So.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of COVID-19 in 2020. What you've just heard is one example of the people who can be affected by this virus without ever experiencing any symptoms. Coronavirus will be remembered for the rest of our lives as more than just a public health crisis. We will remember what it was like to be out of work, to have the fear of furlough looming over our heads for weeks as the number of cases rise and their proximity grows closer and closer. The hope is in seeing and remembering perspectives and conversations like this, we might all grow a little bit closer together as we're all forced apart. Please don't forget to hit like, share, and leave a comment, and come back next week for more episodes. I'm Taylor Cantrell, and this has been COVID-19 in 2020, the unseen effects of a pandemic.